morning and welcome back to the channel. So my wife's KLR, this is the one that our son put down a 3 weeks ago. I've been talking about doing the update on the crash bars. Well, let's talk about how much we should expect our crash bars to take, right? We want our bikes, if they go down, we don't want the machine itself damaged. We still want to be able to get home, right? This bike went down at about 45 miles an hour and slid. The linkage here got twisted up, mirror got kind of messed up, bar end a little bit, and then of course you'll see the B-roll on the crash bar and the pannier rack. Now, son was wearing a helmet. He got up, he picked the bike up, on down the road he went. Now, he's a 260 pound, 6'5" human being, 430 pound motorcycle. All of that went down together and slid. And the boy was able to separate himself from the bike because there's enough clearance between this plane that his leg didn't get hardly any damage. He did get some road rash on the arm. Helmet he was wearing got some road rash. But the crash bars, they're not loose. It didn't break any of the mounting. It did tear the powder coating off where it scraped. Other than that, even the bar end wasn't too badly nicked up. I was able to readjust this after we got it home. And so these dirt track crash bars and the Tusk pannier racks, they're stout. We got them because we wanted to be able to protect the plastics. We expected these bikes to go down. We ride them harder than most people do, and we take them in places where they don't belong, and treat them more like dirt bikes than we do on-road bikes. Obviously, the riding down the interstate to work for me is more like a highway bike, but when we bought these as adventure bikes, we live out in the desert. There's a lot of trails, a lot of single track, a lot of places that are remote to get into. A heavier bike would have a harder time with a less experienced rider. But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these dirt tracks crash bars, because we almost went with the little half crash bars, and they weren't available at the time. The 2022 was a brand new motorcycle when we got them. These were the only ones in stock, so we went with the bigger, slightly heavier racks, and not upset about it. The bike went down. The bike was able to be ridden home, and we just picked up a little bit of damage. Nothing major. And so if you're buying a motorcycle like this, an adventure bike, doesn't have to be a KLR, you're going to want crash bars of some kind. And I'm pretty sure that the Dirt Tracks brand make them for several bikes. I haven't tried other crash bar brands because these are the ones that we went with. These are what were available for the bike when we got it, and I highly recommend them. So that was well worth, I think they were 300 bucks per bike. I could be wrong, that number could be incorrect. But yeah, we're happy with them. So, try to keep them wheels down and get out there and adventure. You'll love it. You'll love adventuring. You'll love getting out in places where this bike can take you to places where you're not going to hike there in a day. You're not going to get a car there. Some of the trails we've been down, you wouldn't even take a four-wheeler down. You could, but you wouldn't really necessarily want to. And so, get the equipment you need for your bike. Decide what you need. Look at that when you're purchasing a bike. You're gonna, we went with the racks back here. I think we're 150 per. The Dirt Tracks crash bars, I think we're close to 300 a piece. So you need to, when you're buying a motorcycle, you need to keep in mind that you're probably going to want to spend $500–600 right off the bat for different things. You might want to do the window riser kit. You may want to buy that. This one we did lowering links. Those were 90 bucks, I think, for the lowering links on this one. So, you can't always necessarily just grab a bike and go. I mean, you can, but if you don't want to damage the machine, you want the machine comfortable for you, you're going to have to get some of this equipment right off the bat. And after this bike going down on the crash bars, I highly recommend crash bars, especially these Dirt Tracks, because we have taken other bikes out and put them down and had a lot of damage done to them just from hitting. Oh, my Ducati, I crashed it the other day and had to completely rebuild a panel because it doesn't even have frame sliders. It's a strictly street bike. And now I might look and see what there is for crash bars for it after crashing it. I've owned that bike for 14 years. That's the first time I've put it down. So it happens. You're gonna put your motorcycles down no matter how careful and safe you try to be. So again, this was just a quick video on the crash bars, and we really enjoy them. So if you guys like what you're seeing, stick around, subscribe, like the videos, tell your friends. If there's something more we can do or something that you want to see different, or maybe you don't like my format, hit me up in the messages and let me know. And I do read all the comments that come through. I don't have enough subscribers yet to where the comments are out of control. So I do try to respond to every comment that I get, and I do read them. And if it's constructive criticism, I take that to heart and try to improve the content as we go. You know, I feel like in the year that I've had my channel, our content's come quite a long ways. And so again, this is the 2022 KLR 650 with the crash bars. This one's got a couple thousand miles on it. Mine's got 10,000 miles on it. And you know, they're a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys.